no doubt where the big game is in the Premier League. It's at Anfield. Liverpool are taking on Spurs. You take a look at the odds. Liverpool very much favourites, 20-11 on to take all 3 points. Spurs coming out outsiders at 5, a draw at 3-1. Steve Nicol, how do you feel going into this clash?
I'm actually feeling confident. You know, Liverpool at home in recent times against the top clubs, regardless of whether it's European football or domestic football, have been at their best. So I'm quite comfortable. Tottenham on a horrible run, you know, not so long ago they were 10 points clear of fourth place. Now they're what, a point? So Tottenham are struggling and Liverpool have to make a statement. You know, in the run-in, they have to try and put some pressure on Manchester City. And if they can do that by giving a great performance and a great comprehensive victory, puts the pressure back on City.
Would you be as cocky as Stevie if you were Liverpool?
Well, I don't know if he's cocky. Are you cocky about
No,
it?
not at all. Listen, you know, Tottenham, for me, a lot of Tottenham's strength's been in the middle of the park. You know, we thought they would struggle when they ended up with Sissoko and Harry Winks in the middle, and they were great. Well, unfortunately, Harry Winks has been out.
Right.
Probably will be out at the weekend as well. I don't know whether Wanyama's going to play, but he can't get around that well. Dyer's injured. I mean, the middle of the park for Tottenham is going to struggle, and I expect Liverpool to squeeze them right from the get-go. So that's why I'm confident, and I'm certainly not cocky. Just confident.
Just confident.
One win in the last 5 games, 3 defeats, 1 draw. That was against Arsenal at home or Wembley. When they did get a bit lucky, Aubameyang missed a penalty. They lost at Burnley. They lost at Southampton in the last game there. It's been a downturn for them, you know, 15 points off the top, albeit they've got a game in hand, but it's not going to make a difference in the title race, which they were kind of creeping their way back into maybe 6 weeks ago,
Yep.
and then it all went wrong for them. Of course, they've had a great result in the Champions League in terms of beating Dortmund over the 2 games, and they played fantastically well. But their Premier League form's taken a dip, particularly away from home.
Of course, it's apt that Raph is on to talk about Liverpool because we literally wrote the book about it, Klopp Bring the Noise, which is, we've been told now, available in Romania. However, it's been translated slightly differently. Football and the Rhythm of Heavy Metal is how that reads, apparently, the translation in Romania. Raph, there's a lot of talk, isn't there, about that Liverpool and the possibility that they can bottle it and all this. Have they got what it takes to push Manchester City all the way in the run-in? What role will Klopp play over the next couple of months?
Well, Klopp will play the main role he's been playing all along. He's trying to build up the confidence of the team. Remember, when he took over, this was a club that had completely lost its way, had lost its belief in even qualifying for the Champions League, let alone playing for the league. And I think that message is going to be repeated and repeated. Don't see it as pressure, see it as an opportunity, see it as a chance. Nobody believed before the start of the season that we'd come this close. Let's just keep going. Let's see how far we can take it. And let's make sure we don't have to blame ourselves for not trying hard enough and not doing everything that we can. And of course, you know, going into this game, possibly being behind again because City play against Fulham and you have to expect them to win on Saturday, that will just add to the pressure of the game. But in recent weeks, they've looked very competent at home when it comes to putting teams away of all sizes. And if it wasn't for the slight injury doubt over Trent Alexander-Arnold, which I think could be very big if he's not there, I would think the bookies have it right. You have to look at Liverpool as favourites to pick up another 3 points.
You take a look at the schedule, no question, this is one of the hardest matches that Liverpool have between now and the end of the season in this competition they have with Manchester City. It is a really nice run-in in it, Steve. You couldn't ask for much more. Obviously, Chelsea, the anomaly out of that. Plus, once you get past Porto, you could throw in a two-legged semi-final against a big side.
Yeah, I don't think looking at that you're particularly worried too much about, you know, where the banana skins may be. I think they're pretty obvious. I was interested to see what Raph said there about how he thinks Klopp's going to go about it with his players. You know, the way we went about it was we turned games into just another game.
Right.
Regardless of who it is, it's another game. We go about it the way we go about it.
That's easy enough to say, though, isn't it? But to put into practice must be trickier.
Well, it is, but the way Raph's talking there, he's actually He's actually reminding his players about what they can win.
Right.
This is what can happen. If you're ready, if you're up for the game, this is what can happen. That's a completely different way than how we did it.
Yeah, but
the last time we won the championship.
Yeah, but you're a group of players that had already been over the line and knew how to get over the line. And
Yeah,
so,
but
you know, they had that experience. You know, these Liverpool players, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, if any of them have won titles in different countries. Certainly some of them will have had some sort of success. But certainly, obviously, they haven't been over the line in the Premier League, and most of them in the leagues that they've been playing in. You know, Virgil van Dijk was successful in Scotland, but this is a complete step up now. You're going against a sublime team in Manchester City, 2 excellent coaches, and so it's the question everyone's been asking is, you know, and I think the bottle job's been thrown around, which I certainly don't agree with. If Liverpool don't win the league, I don't think it's a bottle job at all. I just think City will, if City win it, they're a better team. But, you know, go back to Klopp. You know, what Klopp's done with the mindset of Liverpool, you know, particularly European football, you think about the away games where, all right, they've played poorly and they've been beaten in some, but the mindset is always this Liverpool side can take anybody on. We're going to take City on for the title, we could take Real Madrid on for the Champions League. OK, it's not always successful. You look back to Brendan Rodgers going to Real Madrid and playing a B team.
Yeah.
You know, that's just not going to happen under Jurgen Klopp. Yes, he may make some changes, but ultimately he's drilled into these players now that, you know, we are good enough to beat the best in Europe and the best in England. And that's not a bad place to be.